Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be dealing with the last question of question 1, maths paper 1. This is grade 12 1.3. Okay, 1.3 says the root of an equations, right? X is equal to, as you have given, is equal to minus n plus or minus square root of n squared minus 4mp over 2m, where m and n and p are positive real numbers. Understand your mathematical language here. Understand your mathematical language. I know this is in English. You must understand your English, but relate it with your maths language. So the numbers, then we say we have there the numbers m, yeah, we see the numbers here, m and p, in that order forms a geometric. This is important, forms a geometric. You see, that means, in other words, m and p is simply just a geometric. It forms a geometric. As you can see, it's a geometric sequence. So it says prove x is a non-real number. When you're talking about non-real numbers, we're talking about imaginary number. It's when our delta is less than 0, which is something which is negative, guys, right? It's negative, our imaginary something. And when numbers, when the square root, it has a negative values, these are imaginary. It's when our delta it's when our delta is less than 0, right? So okay, how can we go about it? Given this is a geometric, they cannot just give us geometric sequence for fun. We know geometric, as you know that you can apply this formula T2. As you know that geometric sequence is always, you can say T2 over T1 is equal to T3 over T2. Can use this, right? You can apply this whereby you know that your T2 here is to just simply just n over T1, which is m, is equal to T3, which is p, over T2, which is n again. Then if you can cross multiply these two, you'll find that n squared, we'll have that n squared is equal to mp, right? This is what we have from geometric. There's nothing we can do again there. We have done with this part of a geometric. Now let us focus here. We are done with that part of a geometric. Now let us try and focus here. So prove that x is an unreal root, right? When you're talking about non-real, I said it's when our delta is less than 0. And then if you're given a quadratic like this is a quadratic. Delta, it's what is inside the square root. What is inside the square root? Yeah, is that what is inside the square root I've highlighted? That is our delta. Always, this is your delta. Actual, what is inside the square root? What is that is inside the square root? It's our delta, right? Whereby we see it's n squared minus 4mp. So it's n squared minus 4mp is less than 0. So then what about now? We must relate things. Remember, we have this equation 1 here, and then now we have this. Now we said n squared is equal to mp, but here we also have mp. As you can see there, we have mp here, and mp. I can substitute that mp, can replace the mp with this n squared, right? So I will say here we'll have n squared minus 4. Then here I can say n squared less than 0. These are like terms. Same as you see here, it is 1. 1 minus 4 is minus 3. N squared is less than 0. Remember, this is what? This is our delta. It's what is in the square root. We've reduced what is inside the square root. Remember, we've reduced this inside the square root. It's ended here. This is our delta. Remember, this is the delta. This is our delta. And then it's what is inside the square root. Remember, here it's our square root there. You see, that delta there is reduced to be equal to minus, right? Minus 3 n squared. So since that thing, we have a square root. Since that is a square root, remember, there it's a square root. We have reduced that what is inside the square root to become minus 3n squared. So inside the square root, you cannot have negative. You cannot have negative like that. So why? If we have a negative, remember this will simply, any number that we can substitute is minus 3, and then we have n squared there. If we, for argument's sake, let's say let us make n to be equal to 2 for argument's sake. We'll have n there, we replace n. We can say let us make n to be equal to 2 or n to be equal to 4 or any number. You will see I will have minus 3, right? Then I replace 2 there, will be 2. Then as you can see there, we'll have what? We'll have minus 3, then is 4. This multiplied by that still will have what? A negative value. We'll have a negative 12, which is negative 12. Remember, negative 12. Remember, we're still under what? The square root. When I check the square root, this will be what? Will be imaginary, will be negative. Even if I replace any value for any, therefore, for any value of this, you are right. Any values of the idea of n, even we can replace this, will be imaginary. So then we can say, therefore, the final answer is n squared less than 0. As you can see, if you can replace 4 here, still, you're right, you'll have 16 here. When you multiply that, still will give you what? A negative digit there. You'll have a negative, something which is negative inside the square root. So either way, what is important here, I was just showing you, this is not what you're supposed to write. Here, it's your steps that you have to take. Come here, then here, this is your final value. Then you're done, you get your 4 marks. Just simple, just like that. So yeah, simple, you see. Yeah, guys.